Hello and welcome to Martin Lucas Investors channel. My name is Sensei and today we've got a incredible day in the markets. We're looking at a very green day across the board. Crypto stocks, trade deals being done left, right and center. So it's looking good. So in terms of the weather forecast for today, we're looking very much. Not only is it a calm, sunny day, it's looking like it's a very sunny day where money can be made. Not much thunder in the markets today. So thank you for tuning in to the morning show. We have a lot to cover here today. If you have just tuned in, if you are here with us this morning, please do hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't done so before. And a quick look at the general markets before we get into the news of what's going on today. We've got XRP at $2.20. What were we saying yesterday? It's about time this mini trend line starts breaking. And if it breaks, we're looking at 230. So that's exactly what's happened on XRP, exactly as what we were suggesting could occur. But before I get any further, I want to say nothing I say in this video is financial advice. This is just my thoughts and opinions only. So please do not trade based on anything I say. I'm here to discover some structures, to teach you about charts, but certainly not to tell you when to buy and sell. XRP has broken out of its trend line. $2.30 seems to be next. So we are looking forward to that. We will be diving deeper into the XRP chart shortly. What we also have is the S&P 500. The 500 best companies basically in the world. We've got them up 1.12% this morning, holding that level of resistance. Very bullish. You come into a level of resistance, you go sideways, you support. The buyers come in, they turn the resistance into support, and it looks like next we're going to our next S&P 500 target, which is another 2 to 3% move to the upside. And at that point, that's when decisions are made. Are we going back into a bull market, or is this just a bearish trend? Going in for the bearish retest, going in for the common retrace level, a deep retrace to continue this move further. But for now, it does look like we've got another 3% move coming on the S&P 500. Same time, gold is still holding strong, down 0.69%, but it is not. People aren't selling their gold to buy equities, not in a massive way anyway. What else do we have going on? We've got oil prices up 2%. We've got the whole cryptocurrency market surging. We've got Aave up 8%, Ethereum coming back from the dead. I mean, it was literally dead. This time last month, it was at $1,300, trying to regain $2,000. We've got Bitcoin on the brink of 100,000 once again. 100,000, that psychological level. I mean, it's looking incredible. Let's just have a look at where the retrace would be for for Bitcoin. 101,000 would be key. We get back above that at 100,000 mark, 101,000 mark. We are looking to continue this bull market up until 180,000, 200,000. We will look at further targets once we break out of that last deep retrace of 101,000. What's going on in the markets today? Well, we'll bring all of that news to you very shortly. Let's welcome everyone into the show who's here right now. So, who do we have here? Who was first? We had Kevin in from Lakeland, Florida. Welcome in, Kevin. We've got Paul D in. Good morning, Sensei Martin. Everyone, hope everyone's well. Please smash the like button. Thank you very much, Paul D. We've got JJ here. Morning. Hope you're having a great day, buddy. Thank you very much, JJ. I hope you're having a great day as well. We've got Stacy in the house. Smash the like button, says Stacy. If you have just tuned in, please do hit the like button. A very big day here on the show today. A lot going on. We're going to cover the news of why the market's going up. We've got the UK news. We've got a big announcement at 10 a.m. Washington time from President Trump. All going to be covered live on the show here today. So welcome in, everyone. We've got Jeff Rubmix here today. We've got Malik here. What happened today? Why bullish? And any positive news? There is positive news. We'll get onto that very shortly. What else? Morning chat and crypto can't get better. JJ Bull, I am right with you. Buck 40. Good morning, everyone. Connecticut here. welcome into the show. I am from the UK, near London. Mike, go Sensei. Hi, Stacey. Mike, always lovely to have you on these morning shows. It's very nice to always see here. Come on, let's send it, says Daniel. Yes, we'll get into the news. UK trade deal has happened. Martyn is here. Two big events today. I'm taking on the UK government on crypto. I'm covering live from the White House. UK-US trade deal live. I gave you the exact time it would start, 3 a.m. this morning. It did. Yes, do make sure you follow Martyn on the socials. You've got it in the description. You've got his Twitter. You've got my Twitter. He put out and that the markets will pump before they did, and they did. So he's done it again. But yes, we'll be covering the President Trump's calling this a massive event. He's getting everyone to get excited about this. So we'll see what that's all about. It's about the UK-US trade deal, but I'm sure he'll be talking more about the different tariffs going on and different deals being made. So that will be a major event. We'll be covering it live on this channel. Another major event, in my opinion, even bigger. We are going to be taking on the UK government. We are going to be putting out a petition. We are going to be doing something for the UK. I mean, it's a global problem, but especially for the UK audience of the show, do stay tuned. We will be launching our petition today. I really think we are early in this new monetary system. Going digital and crypto is going to be massive. Patience is key. Positive catalysts are left right every day. We're covering the news. Positive. If you don't believe in crypto, just tuning it every day. We'll be covering more news. I mean, there's more news than I can cover about crypto these days. Governments are buying crypto. That's how. Yeah. Do I need to say anything more? What do you think XRP will do today? We'll have a look at the chart. I am expecting $2.30. Maybe not today, but that is what's the next level for that. Is Bitcoin going to 101k? I think that is the next main level for Bitcoin. I don't see why it won't. 100k is that psychological resistance. 101,000 is that technical resistance. That is the target for today. Once we get past that, I mean, all-time highs are on the cards. Do you think full free trade deal on goods and services? I don't know. We'll have to see. Is Bitcoin going to 101,000? I think it is. Hi, DJ Sensei. Show my X post, the one before 3 a.m. and then the result. Yes, Martyn, if you send me the link, I'll go directly there. If not, I'll have a look at your Twitter in just a second. Is Bitcoin going to 101,000? Okay, let me cover the news, then I will show you Martyn's tweet as well. I will find it. Okay, so what's going on? Why the market's up? Firstly, before we actually get into the news, I need to make sure we've got enough likes on today's show. 3 likes. No, that can't be right. Let me refresh. Here we go again. 30 likes, 132 people watching. We can do much better. So what we're going to do is put the music on, and we're going to pump up the likes before we look into the markets. If you have just tuned into the show, massive day today. We've got deals happening. We've got trade deals with the UK. We've got AI news. We've got 100k for Bitcoin. We've got tariff pain still there, but the easing happening. We've got junk debt that's being bought up. Markets are waking up again. So if you want to get into all that news, show you all the charts and get ready for the day. Thank you for tuning in. Let's just get that like button hit. Let's see if we can get let's get 50 likes in 5 seconds. I'm sure we can do it. If everyone just hits the like button, only 14 people left to hit that like button, and we get to 50 likes. Seven more likes, we can do it. Let's refresh. One more like. One more like. Can we do it? Yes, we did it. Thank you everyone for doing that. Okay, so let's get into the news. I answered a question, RB Flicker. Smash that like, let's get to 100 quick. Yes, JJ Ball, you know what we do here. Just like it, guys. It's so easy. I know, right? It's just people are lazy. It's just one little button and it helps a lot. Look, there's looks like a slight corrections happening at the moment. I wouldn't be worried about the 5-minute chart. When the UK or US needs to pay for goods, the quickest way is to use XRP. You are right there. Yes, Bank of America also cut interest rates today. We are now sat at 4.25. Amazing news there as well. Just signed it. Oh, Mike has done the work. Let's see. Yes, this is Martyn's tweet. There was one from the morning as well, but face ripping rip rally is on. I gave you my prediction before it started, and then I gave you the time. See all social post 3 a.m. to the second. How the banks always know. Have a wonderful day. So you can see when Martyn put out his tweet, and since then at 3 a.m. it has been going up as well. So I would suggest following Martyn on Twitter. He does have some, or on X, he does have some good insights. Look at this, 6 hours. Look at 3 a.m. CT stock magic. He was putting these tweets up. Wakey, wakey, you're missing the pump. He even he pinged us on Discord as well. So make sure you're part of the Discord as well. So market rally, here we go. Britain to become the first country to sign the deal with the US. So Martyn bringing us the news before the news even had the news. So thank you, Martyn, for keeping us all up to date on that. Okay, I've taken some profits preparing for that. Okay, cool. Let's get into the news. Thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. If you have just tuned in, hit the like button, subscribe. Big day ahead on the show. What do we have going on? Well, Trump is saying this should be a very big and exciting day for the United States of America and the United Kingdom. Press conference at the Oval Office, 10 a.m. Today, 10 a.m. Washington DC time. We've got the press conference. We're going to be covering it live. Everyone's anticipating a very good trade deal. I think you would want to at least make an example with the UK and show what can be done. So it is, in my opinion, going to be a good trade deal. So we'll have to wait and see. We'll be covering it live. Obviously, the markets are taking that as a very good sign. Big news conference coming tomorrow at 10 a.m. The Oval Office concerning a major trade deal with representatives of a big and highly respected country. The first of many. Those other tweets. He's really getting ready for this. At the same time, we've got Trump tweeting about the tax bill. We are making great progress on the one big beautiful bill. Our economy is doing well, but it's going to boom in a way we've never seen before. We are going to do no tax on tips, no tax on senior social security, no tax on overtime, and much more. It will be the biggest tax cut for middle and working class Americans by far, and it's time for Main Street to win. Make America great again. That's another post. Trump is going all out today. He's got another one here. Too late. Jerome Powell is a fool who doesn't have a clue. He's going after Jerome Powell again. Other than that, I like him very much. Oil and energy way down. Almost all costs, groceries and eggs down. Virtually no inflation. Tariff money pouring into the US. The exact opposite of too late. So enjoy, is he's saying. More news on the United Kingdom tariff deal. The agreement with the United Kingdom is a full and comprehensive one that will cement the relationship between the US and the UK for many years to come. Because of our long time history and alliance together, it's a great honour to have the United Kingdom as one of our first announcements. Many other deals which are in serious stages of negotiation to follow. That's what the markets are loving. This is the first of many. He is sticking to what he said about negotiating, which is sort of different to what he said about holding the tariffs forever and generating income. Anyway, what the markets want to hear is that there's deals being done and tariffs are being taken away. So there we go. That's going to be covered live on the show today. A little bit of news from Powell yesterday to just calm everything down for a second. Let's listen into this from the FOMC meeting that was covered live on the show.
Inflation has come down a great deal, but has been running somewhat above our 2% longer run objective. In support of our goals, today the Federal Open Market Committee decided to leave our policy interest rate unchanged. The risks of higher unemployment and higher inflation appear to have risen, and we believe that the current stance of monetary policy leaves us well positioned to respond in a timely way to potential economic developments. Inflation has come down a great deal, but has been running somewhat above our 2% longer run objective.
We'll just listen again.
In support of our goals, today the Federal Open Market Committee decided to leave our policy interest rate unchanged. The risks of higher unemployment and higher inflation appear to have risen, and we believe that the current stance of monetary policy leaves us well positioned to respond in a timely way to potential economic developments. Inflation.
There it is. So inflation's getting worse. Well, concerns of inflations are there. Unemployment is beginning to be a concern as well. So he has decided not to cut rates, but the markets are actually pricing in further rate cuts than expected this year. What we've got now is a next month in June the 18th, the next FOMC meeting, there's only a 80% chance of no change, 20% chance of easing. However, by July, what we're looking at is a potential, let's just have a look at this. So no change there, 4.25. We're looking at a rate cut in July. In September, we're looking at a further rate cut. In October, we're looking at no rate cut, and in December, we're looking at potentially another rate cut. So three more rate cuts are being priced in now, whereas before the meeting there was only 2 rate cuts being priced in. By the end of the year, it's looking like we'll be at 350 to 375 basis points on the rate. So remember, it's not good to suddenly get a rate cut when you're not expecting it. I think 3 rate cuts this year is what we're expecting now, and I think that's fairly bullish for the markets as well. Going back to the news of today, so Trump surprise trade deal with the UK. Donald Trump has announced a trade agreement with the UK, the first of his promised deals. Full details are due at 10 a.m. Washington time, but even this headline alone sent waves through the global markets. Why investors are pricing in optimism on trade flexibility and post-Biden policy reversals. Expectation is a reduced tariff. I think 10% was the tariff at the moment, plus a friendlier US-UK economic ties. Bullish for multinationals. What else do we have? Another big piece of news: AI chip curb scrapped. Big boost for tech. Trump's team also plans to rescind parts of Biden-era restrictions on AI chip exports, giving a lifeline to companies like Nvidia and AMD. Chip makers are rallying pre-market. Tech-heavy Nasdaq is leading the equity rally with 1.44%. Let's have a quick look at AMD, Nvidia, and Nasdaq. Nvidia currently is how much is it up pre-market? 1.3% up pre-market. We are looking to target $131 now. But yes, it is selling off slightly now, maybe to fill the gap and continue. But Nvidia is still up 1.3%. We've got AMD, another chip manufacturer here. What's that up today? Up 1.46% pre-market. So you can see these things are moving. Quick look at the Nasdaq as well. What is the Nasdaq doing this morning? Let's have a quick look. Up 1.8%. I mean, the next resistance point is you're back above. You're looking to turn that into support, and another 4.4% move to the upside before you hit the next level of resistance. So that is the last final line in the sand. S&P 500 3%, at Nasdaq 4%. Once you get to that point, that is decision time. For now, for the next few days, you can see further rallies, and then it's time to make a decision. Are we back in the bull market, or was this all a sort of a dead cat bounce, a very deep dead cat bounce? We won't know until we get up another 3 or 4%. But for now, things are looking bullish on all those charts. Back to the cryptocurrencies, just seeing what's moving currently. We've got a big day. I mean, Aave is now really pushing up 9.29%. Our Weave is up 8%. Ethereum is leading the rally today as well, up 8%. Chainlink up 7.5%. Gala up 7%. You can see risk on is back. Cryptos are back. They were undervalued, and now with all the good news, they are ready to be pumping. Dogecoin up 6%. We've got ADA up 7%, coming back up to that 74 cents resistance. We've got Filecoin up 6.3%. We've got something like HBAR coming up to resistance again. It is up 5.7% right now. Ondo Finance, we've got it's up closing down on $1 again, up 6%, sat at 92 cents. Where XLM, here we go, another one of our favorites, just because it follows XRP and I think it's more volatile than XRP. We've got that back above support. I mean, nothing's really in its way to get back up to more, up 30%, 50%. That can start moving quickly once the greater markets push past that 786 on the S&P 500, Nasdaq, Bitcoin gets back above 102,000. Then we're looking at all-time high territory again, and then we're looking at the markets go back up, and then these smaller market cap coins like XLM can have those face-ripping rallies of 30, 40% in a week, 30% in a day, 20% in a day. We're getting ready for that. The market is shifting, and it's the final test this week. Let's see if we break those 786, those deep retrace levels, and how these trade deals are going to be looking. Today's a big day on the markets. We're going to be covering that trade deal. A lot of what he says there will be important, and that's how the market's going to trade. Look at things. Remember, we've got the China US negotiations starting tomorrow over the weekend. That is also a big thing. So this weekend is decision time. Are we back in bull market mode? Is there less uncertainties going on, or is it not what we expected? Is it another sell the news sort of situation? Are we going back into a bear market? Are wars going to break out? Are the tariff is China not going to negotiate, or is the US not going to negotiate? Are the negotiations going to go badly? Is this UK deal not as good as we think? All of that. There is two sides to the story. Get ready for either side of the story. I'm not here to just say bullish, bullish, bullish. We're all bullish. I'm not here to say bearish, bearish, bearish. We're going to go all the way down. I'm here to say there's two sides to the coin. Be prepared for both sides of the coin. If I had to choose one side, what am I more prepared for right now? I'm more prepared for the bullish side of things. Why? Because I've got low entry points. Why? Because I bought when the markets were down. If the markets turn around and come down, they're not going to go too much below where I last bought. So be prepared for those situations. Right now, the markets are looking in a good way. At least the charts are, the news is, but that can all change with a click of a finger. You can really suddenly the markets can punish you. Again, that's a reason not to FOMO in. That's not that's a reason to keep your emotions to yourself and not to your trades. That's another reason to plan in advance. Don't trade based of emotion. Don't FOMO in. Don't try to catch a falling knife. All these sorts of things. Have a plan in place. Where do you want to sell? What are your profits? Are you looking long term? If you're investing in equities and you're investing in good companies, your strategy should, in most cases, again, not financial advice, but should be long term. 10, 15 years plus is what you're looking for. Buying when it's undervalued, buying when you see blood in the markets, and holding for a long term. Crypto, high risk cryptocurrencies, what are you doing with them? Not putting in more than you can afford to lose. What else are you doing? You're looking at tax efficient strategies to get in. You're looking at utilizing ISAs. You're looking at utilizing pensions. You're looking at going in for the long term. You're looking at, if you're looking to retire in the next few years, you're not looking at high risk investments. All of those things come into investing. So don't get too excited with the news. Get more prepared than anything. What are you going to do if the markets go down? What are you going to do if the markets go up? What else do we have in the crypto markets? We've got XRP finally breaking out of that downward sloping resistance we were looking at. We were looking at this just yesterday. Every morning we have the show, so please do subscribe. Please do hit the like button so you keep informed. Just yesterday we were talking about the fact that this downward sloping resistance is coming to a point where it's likely to break out. And if it does break out, we're targeting $2.30. And once $2.30 gets broken, we're looking much higher, $2.50, $3 all-time highs, and then $10. So this is the first step of all of that occurring. This is what has to happen first, and right now that is occurring. $2.30 is next on the cards for XRP, so that's looking good as well. Bitcoin, the king of the cryptocurrency markets, not my favorite coin, but it certainly has its place, and investors certainly think it does. What's going on with that? We're at $99,000 on DJ Haynes. Thanks for that. We'll cover that very shortly. we've got Bitcoin at $99,500. What are we looking for Bitcoin? Well, we're looking at 100,000, that massive psychological level. Were we expecting this big pullback? Yes, we were. This is very bullish. We came up to the level that we were exactly expecting: 74,000, 75,000, previous all-time highs. You had that big move to all-time highs, 107,000. But we never had a retrace of the previous all-time highs at 75,000. What occurred? That's the thing that occurred. What we were expecting, that retest, turning it into support, and then that big move to the upside, all expected, and it is playing out now. Something weird's going on there, so let me refresh that. Let's just make sure we've got our chart back. What we're looking for now on Bitcoin is 100,000 slash 101,000. Why 100,000? Well, that's because that's the psychological level. Why 101,000? Because that's the 786. You take a Fibonacci from the all-time high, you take it down to that low we looked at. We're looking at let's make sure we've got those right. Yes, yes. 100,000 psychological, the 786, the final deep retrace. If this is a very bearish pattern, or if it wants to continue in a bearish trend, which it's not looking like it wants to, the last level of retrace is the 786. So some stocks, some cryptos, they rally all the way to 786 to then drop all the way down and break their previous lows. So once we get through 786, then it's very likely, in my opinion, we'll get to all-time highs. We can start targeting 150, 170, $200,000 potentially this run. And what I mean by that is this year slash the beginning of 2026. So and we're keeping an eye on that to get ready for the resistance around $100 to $102,000. We will draw it onto our chart just for future reference as well. This is where we're targeting right now, and it will be very bullish to get back above this certain level, because then there's not much resistance ahead of us. All-time highs, and then once we pass all-time highs, we're looking at $130,000. So we look forward to Bitcoin breaking out, not only because I like Bitcoin, but mainly because the broader markets, the rest of the cryptocurrency markets will go off what Bitcoin's doing. So if Bitcoin breaks out, that liquidity will flow into altcoins, and then you'll have your altcoin season. So we'd like to see Bitcoin break out all-time highs. That will give us confidence in the crypto market. That will give us the liquidity to flow into the rest of the markets. Let's quickly go over to your questions. Let's see who's with us on the show. Something weird's going on there, so let's just sort that out. Something weird's going on in my whole stream this morning. So let's just make sure that's incredibly weird. I've got something strange going on. Okay, we've lost everything for some reason. So let's go to full screen while I close some windows and open them up again. Uh, not sure what's going on there. I'm just going to close a few windows. Let's just get rid of a few things. Who do we have? We've got Jay Harrington in the show. We've got, yeah, it's a jam-packed show. Jam-packed day on the channel this week. And today we've got a lot of news coming up. Unfortunately, I'm having issues in the studio. A few things, everything is lagging. I'm not sure why. If you give me a few moments, I'm going to just try and close everything down and reopen it. I hope it's not an eCam issue. I did get an update warning today as soon as the stream started, so I hope that's not the issue. Let's see if this comes back. No, we're getting some issue here. I wonder what's going on, how to fix that. What shall we do? Okay, we'll just keep it, let's keep it full screen because we can do that. Let me just quickly reply to some of your comments. I've got them on a different screen here as well. So what do we have? Who do we have in the show? What's everyone's thoughts on that? We do have a poll running right now as well. Is Bitcoin going to 101,000? I do expect it to go towards 101, 102,000. Smash that likes. Let's get it to 100. Yes, please do hit the like button if you haven't done so already. Bank of England cut rates. Yes, they did. Just signed in and sent the last like. David, thank you very much. Michael Hogue is here. I've taken some profits preparing for that. Amina, good morning. USA will be using our banking system surely. Now our banks need XRP to send money quickly. That is one take. Who else? That would be very efficient, I think, but I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think any announcement like that's going to be made. All AX is here. Who else do we have? Dave. Let me just see what is going on. Why can't I show you my screens? So confused. I apologize for this. This has only ever happened once before where everything starts being weird. Let's see. 100k Bitcoin, says TO George Travels. Dave Hensky is saying 82 people watching and only 12 likes. Come on, guys, let's help Sensei and hit the button as he's helping us out. Thank you very much. Josh is here. James is here. Who else do we have in the chat? Sui up 10%. Thank you, JJ, for that. According to Sky News, UK has agreed concessions on US food and agriculture to ease tariffs on UK car exports. Interesting. It doesn't, to me, it doesn't sound brilliant, but I'm sure it's good. I just hope we don't get any chlorinated chicken over here. Let's continue. JJ Ball, long term here. XRP average at 59 cents. Bitcoin average at 22,000. Just going to keep DCAing, and hopefully in the next few years, all these cryptos will be reaching all-time highs. I think it'll be sooner than that, but you've got a very low average and you've got a sensible approach. So good luck to you, JJ. Good evening, fan. All coins are doing great. My Ethereum is doing fantastic. 98 likes. Go, go, go. Let's pump them. Let's get those likes. Go, go. Thank you very much. Okay, what can I do with the situation? I can show you my face. I can't show you a screen for some reason. Let's try this again. What can we do? What can we do? Let's see. See if we go back to our old scenes. Does that work? Nope, that's not working. I do apologize. We do have some sort of problem going on here where we can't share screens. Some sort of eCam issue. Maybe it's because there was an update, but it only showed me there was an update as soon as I pressed go live. So that's annoying. Don't worry. I mean, worst case scenario, the stream ends and then in half an hour you've got Martyn's show going live. So do stick with us throughout the day. We've got a jam-packed day on the show. I mean, what I can try and do is, because we still do have half an hour, I can try and reset my systems, set the live up again, and we just go again. So that'd probably take me 5 minutes if I just reset everything, update eCam. So that's probably what we're going to do. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to end the stream. You're going to have to stay where you are for 5 minutes. It's going to send you directly to Martyn's show at 1:30. So go there, hit the like button on that show. And then hopefully I'll be back in 5 minutes. I'll post you the link. So keep an eye out on the show, and I'll be back in 5 minutes. I just don't have access to any of my screens. I need to reset my whole system. So I do very much apologize for that, but I will be back in 5 minutes. This show will just send you straight to Martyn's for now, and then you will come back to me once I give you the link. So stay where you are for 5 minutes. I'll be back. So I do apologize, but there's not much I can do without my screens. So let me do that. Thank you all for tuning in. I will be back in 5 minutes. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. And next time is in 5 minutes. So stay where you are.